All right, guys, you guys are gonna love this one. All right, so here we go. How to index and rank your post in Google in under 60 seconds. So real quick, can everyone see this? Can everyone hear me okay? If you want to just type into the chat box. Yes, 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 awesome. Hey Tim, my name is Brian Kane. I actually work with Chris Ruckert out of his office in Rockland, California. Awesome, awesome. Trust me, guys, trust me. So in this training, what you guys are going to love this, because not only are you going to understand how to index and rank your post in Google in under 60 seconds, but I'm actually, if you stay to the end of this webinar, I'm going to show you how to do it live. And if you guys have like a bigger website, I'm going to show you how to do it even faster. So, hey Mary, nice to see you as well. Howdy, howdy. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's address the number one issue. Most bloggers don't ever get indexed in Google. So if you aren't indexed, you will not rank. And if you don't rank, then there's no free traffic. So if you publish a post, you publish content, and you are maybe writing blogs, or even if you're publishing on SmartMember, then don't expect any free traffic. People aren't just going to magically find your site if they go to the search engines, and you won't, like, if you're not indexed, you won't rank, right? So what's the big question? The big question is, what is indexing and why is it important? Well, this photo here represents a photo of one of my good friends and business partners from a past company. His name is Roger Silvera. Well, Roger, he was grinding his wheels on a daily basis, publishing blogs and publishing content. So I got curious one day and I went to Google and I tried finding his site, and I noticed that he only had 16 pages indexed. Well, Google indexes, the way that it works is there's 10 pages or 10 URLs per page. So at most, he had 160 URLs put into Google that people could find, that they could type in their keyword, and there 160 URLs that they could actually land on his site. Well, do you want to know what the problem is? Well, there's two things. Number one is the first couple of pages are categories and tags. So categories and tags aren't your actual post. So he probably only had about 140 to 150 posts that he was ranking for and indexed for in Google. And so that's why I almost cried. But do you want to know how many posts that Roger had actually wrote? And this is the shocking part, and this is the breakthrough that I want you to have at the very beginning of this webinar before we even get to the end, or even throughout the middle. How many posts did he write? He had over 500 posts. Can you imagine just spinning your wheels that people are telling you to blog daily or publish content, maybe get traffic for free on the internet. He put over 500 posts on the internet. Guys, listen, over 500 posts and only 16 pages, 160 URLs were indexed. And that doesn't even count for categories and tags. Can you see why Roger was not getting any traffic at all? But I didn't cry because I knew how to fix it. Here's some other ones that I saw. So Tracy Walker, who is also one of my good friends and business partners in a former company that I was with, I checked out her site. She had only 19 pages indexed, so about 190 URLs. And so, I mean, accounting for categories and tags, that's probably about 170 posts just on average, right? So 100, let's give her 180, just because we're being generous. Do you want to know how many posts that she wrote? Over 700. Over 700. And then she's probably wondering why that she's not getting any traffic at all, right? So what about Nicole Cooper, another one of my business friends, or business partners and friends? She had 7 pages indexed, so that's about 70 URLs, not even all posts. Do you want to know how many she wrote? Over 299, probably more by this point. Then I saw one of my good friends, Shalonda Gordon. Do you want to know how many she wrote? So she had 4 pages indexed, and she was using like a little company platform that she was using at the time. Over 473. And some people who might know Shalonda, like she had like her actual domain map, so she wasn't usually using the company domain there. Well, let's give that to her. So let's actually add them up. So this is her map domain. So if we say 9 plus 4 is 13, so that is 130 URLs at most, and she wrote 473. So again, I was going to cry, but I knew how to fix it. So before we get into the content, as you pay attention, let me share with you why you should choose to listen. So in a former company that I was with, Chris Record, he actually created this platform. And so the day that he released it on Thanksgiving, I was one of the people that stayed up for 24 hours, and I put over 300 posts on the platform. And I was taking screenshots as I was doing this, because not only was I putting posts on the platform, but I was actually getting them indexed and ranked. So actually, here's a screenshot where, if you can see that, if you look at the very bottom where it says 50 seconds ago, well, in 50 seconds, so I from the moment that I hit publish, I was able to run over to Google, and I was able to see that my post was indexed within 50 seconds. So it's very, very fast. Some people have to wait like a couple hours. Some people have to wait days. Some people have to wait weeks. Some people have to wait months. But I was able to do it in seconds. So getting indexed is easier than you think. And there's just a plug for a product. I'm also a product creator as well. So here's what you will learn if you stay to the end of this webinar. How to get indexed and ranked on Google in less than 60 seconds. How to become an official webmaster. How to increase authority to a pre-existing domain that you own. And as a bonus, I'll show you how to index a large website using an XML sitemap to save time. Proof that it works. Christopher Corinthian just did exactly what he said in the post, and there it is. He got first page on many posts in seconds. Shane Butts, I just got indexed thanks to you and already on the front page of Google. Aaron Bahunin, boom, baby, huge value. After doing this, my pages were all over Google. Thanks. Darcy Scar, Brian Kane, thank you for this awesome info. I just mapped my domain and indexed it in less than 15 minutes, and it's already ranking on the second page of Google. I'm continually blown away at how incredible this platform is and the community that is creating it. I love you all. And Cheryl Washington, I love this. I tried this with a post I wrote, and indeed, it showed up on the first page. Thank you, Brian. So that got me thinking, no one knew about this. So to me, when this whole process that I'm just about to show you, it came sort of natural to me. It came natural because the psychology to me was, if I'm writing a post and trying to get it published so that way people can find it on search engines, it would make sense that it was actually indexed in the search engine so that way people could find it. So it actually shocked me that a lot of people didn't know about this. Real quick, questions on the side. Does it depend on our niche, industry, etc.? No. So this actually works with everything. So any URL, anytime you publish content, any form of blogging, any form of creating a page on like a website, it works with absolutely everything. And so I think it'll make more sense as we move on to the next steps as well. I'm hearing, or I see one person that says, I can't hear, am I the only one? I believe, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, you could also type in the chat if you can't hear as well, but other people can hear, and so it's probably just your audio. You can exit the webinar, and also, yeah, so we can hear you. Awesome. So for note and action takers, so if you're watching the video or watching the replay right now, this is a good place to start taking notes. Or if you're watching live right now, maybe if you have a pen and piece of paper handy, you could also come back and watch the replay or just have notes as well. So step number one is you want to map your blog with your own domain. Does this involve domain mapping as well? Yes. So we're going to talk about the reason why as well. So step one is you're going to want to map your own domain, and we'll talk about the reason why in just a second. So just trust me on this step. This works best with an authority platform like WordPress.com, Blogger, SmartMember, etc. And if you already have a website, consider using like the subdomain of your domain. So for example, like if I have like KaneBryan.com, and let's say I have a whole website built on KaneBryan.com and I want to keep my authority for the site, well, I might want a subdomain for that. And so if I have an extra blog that I'm trying to map, well, I might map it to my subdomain, .blog.kanebryan.com. And the reason why you want to use it like with an authority platform is usually because there's other people, there's a community that is also using the site. And so if you want to index your site fast, or you want to index your site very fast, then what happens is usually you don't own it. And so the thing that you're going to own in this process is your domain, which is why you want to map it. Just looking through some of the questions real quick. Can you spend some time on mapping? Not today, not in this webinar, because there's actually a help.smartmember. If you go to help.smartmember, if you're using SmartMember, you can actually go there and you'll be able to see domain mapping, or you can go to YouTube and there's lots of free videos on YouTube. So when in doubt, you can YouTube it out.